Hello guys, my name is Kiki, and in this video I am going to review yet another diode laser engraver, which is an AlgoLaser Alpha MK2 20-watt diode laser. It comes with a unique 3.5-inch colored LCD touchscreen. It has a built-in Wi-Fi. It runs on a 4-core microcontroller. The engraving area is the standard 400 by 400 mm. It has a heavy-duty frame. You can control it via mobile phone from your Android or iOS. It comes with an air pump, and it claims that it has quite a few safety features, up to 7 safety features. So just looking at the package itself, it's quite promising. It looks like a premium product. So let's see if it's true or not. I will not waste your time showing how to put it together. There are quite a lot of videos about this already online. So I will just quickly put it together. Let's go from there. Let's get started. Then let me talk about the machine itself. It comes with a super sturdy frame. It's lightweight, but really sturdy. On each 4 legs there are rubber feet, which can be used for leveling the machine itself if you do not have a nice and flat surface to put it on. This is also a really nice feature. And then as for the motion components, all the axes are running on V-wheels. Honestly, for me this is a little bit on the negative side. I would be happy to see linear rails on all the sides, but for sure this would increase the costs further. Cable management is pretty nice. There are all kinds of fixing points for the tubes and for the wires everywhere, so there is nothing in the way of the machine. This is far the best what I have seen before in these open frame machines. The laser can be mounted with the help of a single lever. It's pretty nice, and the same can be used also for setting the focus. All the belts can be really nicely tightened on the X and both Y axis separately. On the rear side, with the help of a screw, you can tighten the belt, and on the side then you can fix it, lock it in position. This is also a really nice feature. You can really precisely fine tune to have the exact same tightness on the 2 Y axis belts. And then on the front we have the emergency button, there is a lock key, the power button. There is the nice 3.5-inch color touchscreen, which has a really nice resolution. It's really snappy. If you just look at here, whenever I press a button, everything happens immediately. It's super nice. And you can basically control really lots and lots of things. It's advertised that you can basically use this machine without the help of a PC. So there is a 32 gigabytes of memory inside the machine itself, and then additionally you can also use a USB thumb drive to store your data and to bring your data, and then you can run and engrave your files directly from the screen itself. You can even change the settings, the engraving speeds, the power settings, and so on and so on. It's pretty nice. All the connection points are here on the side, the DC plug, the connector for the air pump itself. It's also nice that it's automatically turning on and off the air pump. So it's not a manual like in case of other cheap machines. You can also control here the speed of the air pump, but the machine itself is also doing this automatically, and you can control it via light burn. There is an on up from AlgoLaser that you can also use. You can also use laser GLBL, and machine can be connected via Wi-Fi. No need for USB cables. This is for me a really big plus. Okay, and now let's start to use the machine. Let's see how powerful this 20-watt laser is. I'm super excited about this. I have never tried a 20-watt laser before. I have a 5, I have a 10-watt laser, but I've never tried a 20-watt. I'm super excited to try this out. According to AlgoLaser is able to cut up to 30 mm of pine wood. It can cut plywood, 13 mm thick plywood sheet in one single pass. For sure it's slow, but it just shows how powerful this laser is. So let's see how capable really is this. Okay, so now I set up the material test in Lightburn. There will be a 6x6 row. One axis is speed, 300 to 1000 mm. Other axis is power from 10 to 100%. Don't forget to wear your safety glasses. And let's hit start. Okay, so let's see. Also from the other side, these are still out. This is also moving. Okay, so basically the machine was able to cut through on 80% of the power with 720 mm per minute. That's quite nice. So let's also do an engraving test. Okay, so now I set up the machine for the engraving test. Again, 6x6. The speed starting from 1000 mm up to 15,000 mm, and the power the same 10 to 100%. So let's start. So it is done. Let's see the result. With 1000 mm per minute, already at 64%. It still went through. Here you can see all these three went through. All these others are like 2 mm deep. So you can really do some 3D effect with this laser machine. Even with 15,000 mm, this 28% is already a deep. There is a deep hole basically here. It's pretty decent. It's looking really good. I will try something like a nice picture with this deep engraving. Let's see how it looks like. I'm quite impressed with this. Okay, so now I will try to engrave a little dog. Just imported a picture into Lightburn and let's try to engrave it. I will try 12,000 mm per minute and 60% power. Let's give it a go. So it's a little bit lighter than I would like, but the quality itself, the details are really nice. I will maybe repeat this later on with 80%. Really nice engraving. I'm really happy with this. I'm pretty sure this is the nicest one until now for me. Let's do some heavy lifting. I have some 10 mm thick pine wood and I have some 18 mm thick pine wood. Let's start with the 10 mm at first, and this should be able to cut it through pretty easily with one single cut. So let's try this. 100 mm per minute, 100 watt of power, Let's see. So let's see. It went through like butter. 100 millimeter per minute. That's pretty nice. I'm really impressed with this. And even the cut quality is pretty nice. So the air pump itself is also really powerful. Let's try 200 millimeter per minute. So easy. 200 millimeter per minute. One single cut. And look at the cut quality. On the other side, there is barely any smoke on the other side. It's super clean cut. That's quite impressive. I did not expect this, to be honest. Okay, let's go for 18 millimeter thick. I will go with maybe 50 millimeter a minute. Okay, so I think I already see it went through it. Look at this, guys. Ah, no. But almost. It almost runs through on this. At the beginning I expected that it went through. But I'm pretty sure okay. I could easily break it. So as you can see, for sure it was not a nice cut. It's not made for cutting 18 millimeter pine wood, but in 70% of the points it went through basically. But with the 10 millimeter, this made a super nice job. So this was so nice. It's not even black basically. It's super flat. It fits perfectly. Really nice. I did not expect this. Okay, so as a next step, I would like to make something cool, something useful, and this will be a Christmas style ornament, a light basically, from almost a full A3 sheet of 3mm plywood. As for the speeds, I will go 800 mm a minute, 100% power, and 2 passes to be on the safe side. So it's done. It took roughly 28 minutes to complete this job with this speed, but I saw that the 2 passes was definitely necessary because I saw the pieces falling down after the second pass only. So I'm pretty sure I could speed up the process by 30, 40, 50%, but it's always better to be on the safe side, honestly. So let's see if it went through everywhere. And And yes, it looks like it went through everywhere. Really nice pieces. And it's done. It's really nice. Basically, just like in 30 minutes, I cut it out and put it together. Nothing is glued together, but still held together nice. So let me now talk about the display itself. When you first plug in the device, it drops you to select the language. There are like 8-10 different languages, which is quite nice. Afterwards, in the next step, you can connect to your Wi-Fi connection, and as I told before, there is no need to use USB cables anymore. You can connect it directly to Liburn or to any other software, Laser GRBL and so on, with the help of your IP address. It's a color touch LCD screen. Honestly, I do not know the resolution, but it's really looking nice. And what is the best feature, that if you look at this, it's pretty quick. So if I press on the buttons, it's immediately opening the certain functions. It's really good and intuitive. So let's go through a little bit on the settings you can do. There's the projects button. Here there are some example projects you can immediately start from the device itself. Some of them has to be downloaded from the AlgoLaser software, but here you can see that certain files are available. You can just click on them, select that this is a 20-watt version. If I click on always, it will not ask for this again. Just go next. So here you can set where do you want to put your engraving or cutting on the range of the motion of the machine. For example, let's start from X20, Y 0mm, and then you can, if you hit this button, then it's framing all around, showing you the range of the cutting, so showing basically the edges. And if you hit start, it will automatically start cutting and engraving according to the 20-watt AlgoLaser settings. It's so simple. Then there is your SD card. There are all kinds of pictures also. You can also select these, for example, as for engraving. Then click on engraving. And then you can select which material you are using. So like a birch plywood. This just shows you the power and the speed range, how dark your engraving you want to be. You can just pick one from here, and as you can see, it's changing the speed and the power settings automatically. It's pretty nice. And then you hit confirm, how many passes you want, and then it automatically set the power already. What should be the resolution, 10 line per minute, 20 line per minute, or you can just hit auto parameter. This is what I showed you before. I just select I want that darkness and then confirm and start processing, and it will start the process immediately. Here it also shows you the dimensions of the file. You can also change this if you want to make it bigger, for example. Let's make it like 100mm, and it's keeping the aspect ratio. If you remove this tick here, then you can just change one of the parameters, but then the aspect ratio will be screwed. As you can see now, it's 150 times 150mm, and then you hit processing. It again asks you wherever you want to put it, where to start. Let's start from 0, 0. The layout. Here you can also move it by yourself. This is a pretty cool function. For example, I would like to put it here, and then the head is automatically moving to that exact position. This is a pretty cool function. I have never seen this before in any other lasers. And then you can do the framing again. It shows you the boundaries. And you hit confirm, and as soon as you hit start, it will start engraving. Let's go back to the menu, and here basically the third button is just you can print from a flash drive, and then control, you can control the motion of the machine, move X and Y axis, then homing is what you can do here, and then air pump, you can also turn on the air pump. Also change this slider to have the over manually and turn it off. You can also update the air pump firmware here automatically. It's checking for updates via your Wi-Fi connection and is doing the update if it's not the latest one. This is also a pretty cool function. No need to look on the website to download the files and so on and so on. Then plug in the USB drive, start installing. It's doing this automatically for you. You see it's showing that it's up to date. You can do the same for the entire printer itself. And then the enclosure, if you would have an enclosure, you can also buy one from AlgoLaser. Then you can turn on and off the fan and the lighting. And then there are your settings, the VLAN settings, the Wi-Fi settings, USB file transfer, languages. As you can see, there are quite a few languages here. You can do a self-test for the device. It will guide you through one by one on each and every features. It has safety features and so on and so on. Interrupt recovery. This is one of the coolest features I really like about this machine. If you start your engraving or cutting from the machine itself, either from the internal storage or from a USB flash drive, and you turn on this interrupt recovery, then as soon as there is a power outage, then for sure your machine will stop. But as soon as power comes back, it will ask you if you want to continue the engraving starting from there. I will show this to you now. Let's start now an engraving job, a small one, from the internal storage, and let's try if this function really works. So let's pick something from the projects, from the SD card. Let's pick this one, for example, then hit engraving. I will select the auto parameterization, like these settings, confirm. The size will be 50 x 50 mm. Quality is, let's set highest. It's a birch plywood. 1 passes, let's go on processing. And then the layout, I will try to put this now manually. Let's put it like this, and then let's frame it. And then hit confirm. And then hit start, and the process will start. And while I am doing this, I will unplug the power cable. So let me show you the entire machine. I will now hit start, put on my safety glasses. So let's now unplug the power cable. So as you can see, machine stopped, turned off. So let's now plug it in. And then let's turn the power, let's turn the machine on, my screen comes on. It's doing a homing, you can see that it started the engraving there already. And then it asks interrupt recovery, do you want to continue it? Yes, as soon as I hit confirm, it will continue engraving. So the engraving is ready. Let's see how it turned out. And it's pretty nice. I really like this kind of 3D effect. These really deep carvings are super cool. I like it. And I interrupted it somewhere here, and I paused it also somewhere here, and you cannot see anything at all about this. So this interrupt recovery works super well. I'm really pleased with this machine, the capabilities of this machine for this price. It's really good. I like it. So the machine also came with some metal cards. I assume these are something like a couple tens of millimeter aluminum sheets covered with some paint. So let's see if we can engrave this. So at first I will do on one of them an engraving test. I already put one onto the machine, and on another one we will make some cool name cards, for example. Let's see. So I will start a 4x4 matrix, speeds from 3000 to 15,000 millimeter a minute, power from 50 to 100%. Let's see. So it's ready. I can see that the plate itself is bent, most probably from the heat. So let's clean it up. And as you can tell, all of them went through pretty nicely. It looks really cool. Let me zoom for you. So even the 15,000 millimeter a minute 50% power was perfectly fine, and it's really detailed. It's really cool. The heat was too much for this little plate, so it's bent. But most probably I will try something like really the fastest speed and just like 50%, sorry. And then it should be good, most probably. Okay, I set it up. I already screwed it up once because I did not set the correct orientation in Lightburn. So now there is already a little bit of mark here, but let's do this anyway. Okay, so let's see. Accidentally I put two passes. I set two passes in Lightburn, but I stopped it because it was perfect for the first time. So let's look at this. Let's clean it up. Oh, it looks awesome. It's really detailed, really crisp. I really like it. Okay, and as a last step, I would like to engrave our family name onto this board here. Honestly, I have no idea which kind of wood it is. It is our bread holder in the kitchen, so I would like to engrave a nice engraving on it. So let's see how it turns out. Okay, so I have stopped it after the first pass because it's looking really nice. As you can see, it's really detailed. There is only one complaint from my side, but it's not the problem of the laser, but it's basically the settings. The first letter, the E, and the Y at the end are way deeper, and the reason for this is that when the laser is accelerating and decelerating on these letters, it's taking basically more time. So basically it's hit by more power on this first and the last letters, and this is the reason why you can see that these two letters are darker and also deeper engraved. But I just checked while the job was running. In Lightburn there is a settings to do each and every characters one by one, and then basically it would just go through on the Y, on letter by letter, each and every letter, and then this way you would have a really nice uniform engraving. But honestly, I'm still super satisfied with the result here. It's looking really good. Okay, so that's all for the testing. Let's jump to the final verdict. So what is my opinion about this machine? Just shortly, I really like this machine. So I can tell that this is far the best open frame machine I have tested until now. It's really nice, sturdy frame, super nice color-touch disc screen. I have never seen this before on any of the open frame machines I tested. The 20 watt of cutting power is more than enough for a DIYer like I am. So as you could see, I was able to cut such a detailed item from a 3mm plywood in like 25-28 minutes, and everything fit together nice. Also the engravings are really detailed. I really like this 3D like illusion engraving with these deeper effects. It's just a pretty nice machine. It was able to cut through a 10mm pine wood in one single pass. For sure this machine is not made to cut 10mm plywoods, but if you can cut 3mm, 6mm thick plywoods in a single cut, or maybe two passes to be on the safe side, then within an hour basically you can create quite nice and big projects. It has all kinds of safety features, which is also a huge plus. The interrupt recovery is really nice. So I think AlgoLaser put together here a really nice machine. And I'm not telling this because they sent this machine for me free of charge. I'm just telling you my honest opinion. I will put a link and a coupon code in the video description below the video. And with the help of this you can get an additional $80 price reduction. So again, a huge thanks to AlgoLaser for sending out to me this nice little machine. And if you are looking for a machine in this budget price range, I would definitely recommend to check out AlgoLaser's machines. They have the Alpha MK2 machines, they have already even newer Delta machines up to 40 watts, which is already insane. So I would definitely recommend to go and check out these machines. Okay guys, so that was about the review of this laser engraver. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if yes, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And I hope I see you next time. Bye.